You've heard it before. People say change takes time, that it's a long road and that it's gradual. But let me tell you something important. You can change everything in just one day. It doesn't matter how old you are, where you come from, or how many mistakes you've made in the past. The power to change is within you right now. It all begins with a single decision. The question is, will you make that decision today? Will you make that decision today? End of book 2. You can start your day by changing your mindset. The way you think shapes the way you act. If you want to break the cycle of mediocrity, stop thinking about what you don't have and start focusing on what you can do with what you've got. Every day is an opportunity to improve your life, to get better, to do more. But it all starts with the choice to do so. You can decide today to be a different person. You can decide to take control of your circumstances rather than letting them control you. And yes, that's going to take effort. But in one day, you can change your direction. You can stop procrastinating. You can decide that today is the day you take that first step. You see, change isn't about a massive overhaul overnight. It's about small, consistent steps that accumulate. But the first step, that decision to change, can happen in one moment. Just don't let anyone tell you that change is impossible. If you have the courage to take responsibility for your life, to refuse to accept the status quo, and to commit to making improvements, then you can change everything. But it starts now. It starts today. It all starts with the moment you decide that things need to be different. If you want to see a change in your life, change the way you think about your circumstances and your potential. Change doesn't wait for the stars to align. You don't need all the answers. Just take the first step today. You don't need to make a massive change in one day. It's the small decisions that will accumulate into extraordinary results. Your environment, the people you spend time with, and the influences around you play a big role in shaping your future. Choose them wisely. Stop blaming circumstances or other people for your situation. Own your choices and start creating your own path. Don't expect overnight miracles. It's the consistent, daily decisions to improve that will bring the results you want. No matter where you've been or what you've done, today is the start of something new. What matters is what you choose to do now. One day of action won't change everything, but one day of consistent action over time will lead to massive transformation. You are your greatest asset. Invest time and effort into your personal growth, and everything else will follow. Change begins with a decision. You see, all the potential in the world doesn't matter unless you make the choice to tap into it. Too many people are waiting for the right time, the right circumstances, or the right opportunity. They wait for life to give them a sign. But the truth is, life won't wait for you to be ready. It's waiting for you to take action. It all starts with one simple but powerful decision. The decision to no longer accept the status quo, to stop settling for less than what you're capable of. It's the decision to stop wishing and start doing. A decision to take responsibility for where you are and, more importantly, where you're going. You have to choose to step out of the comfort zone, where everything feels familiar but stagnant. You can't keep waiting for the right moment because the right moment is now. The power of that decision lies in its ability to ignite change in every aspect of your life. The moment you decide, you take control of your future. You can't change everything at once, but you can change the direction you're headed. The decision is yours, and the possibilities are endless. What separates those who succeed from those who don't isn't talent. It's the willingness to make that choice and stick to it. Because once you make that decision, you set in motion a chain of events that will push you toward the life you want. So don't wait. Make the decision now, and let that single moment define the course of your entire future. Your mindset shapes your reality more than anything else. It's the lens through which you see the world, and how you perceive your circumstances determines how you respond to them. If you walk through life believing that things are always out of your control, that success is reserved for others, or that you're stuck in your current situation, you will live out that reality. But if you adopt the mindset that anything is possible, that opportunities are everywhere, and that your potential is limitless, you will begin to see a completely different world. Your thoughts will dictate your actions, and your actions will shape your outcomes. If your mind is filled with doubt, fear, and negativity, your actions will reflect that. You'll hesitate, you'll second guess yourself, and you'll miss opportunities. But when your mind is focused on growth, possibility, and solutions, your actions will align with that mindset. You'll be proactive, you'll seek out opportunities, and you'll push yourself to grow. The reality is, the biggest barrier to success is often not external, but internal. The moment you decide to change the way you think, everything begins to shift. A positive, growth-oriented mindset empowers you to take risks, face challenges head-on, and persevere through adversity. It opens doors that were once closed simply because you saw them as open. And this is the thing I love the most about mindset and mental training. This is the thing I love the most, that the limitations you encourage or face, so you make your mindset the barrier to success and move forward. So, if you want to change your reality, start by changing your mindset. Stop allowing limiting beliefs to dictate your future. Instead, cultivate a mindset that empowers you to believe in the possibilities, to see every setback as a learning experience, and to believe that success is not only achievable, but inevitable with the right approach. Your reality will follow your mindset, and when you change the way you think, you change everything. Don't wait for the perfect moment. The truth is, there will never be a perfect moment. Life doesn't hand you ideal conditions. It doesn't wait for everything to fall into place. The perfect moment you're waiting for may never come, and that's the harsh reality. The longer you wait for all the stars to align, the longer you delay your progress. Life moves on, whether you're ready or not. So you have to take action even when things aren't perfect, because if you keep waiting, you'll be stuck in the same place you are today. People wait for the right amount of time, the right resources, the right opportunities, but they never come in the way you expect. You don't need to know every detail. You don't need to have all the answers, and you don't need to be fully prepared. What you need is the courage to start. The journey begins when you take that first step, not when everything aligns. If you want to create success, you must move with the resources you have at the moment, not the ones you wish you had. This is the mistake many people make. They wait for perfection, for the perfect situation, for everything to fall into place. But the truth is, success comes not from waiting, but from doing. It comes from taking action, regardless of the circumstances. When you take action, you start creating the momentum that will lead you toward your goals. The first step is often the hardest, but once you take it, things begin to shift. Opportunities arise, doors open. New ideas come to you, big ones too, because your narrow focus was exactly the right thing. So stop waiting. Don't put off your dreams or your ambitions. If you want to change your life, don't wait for the perfect time. The time is now. Take the first step today, even if it feels uncertain or imperfect. The only way to guarantee that you won't succeed is by waiting forever for the perfect moment. And that moment will never come unless you decide to make it happen. Get started now and let the rest follow. Small actions lead to big results. It's easy to look at someone who has achieved success and think they've had some grand breakthrough, some huge event that catapulted them to where they are. But the truth is, success is rarely about one giant leap. It's about the small, consistent steps taken over time that lead to massive results. The key is to stop looking for shortcuts and start focusing on what you can do today, right now, no matter how small it seems. Every little effort you make compounds. It may not feel like much in the moment, but each action is a building block. You can't climb a mountain in a single step, but every step you take brings you closer to the top. Success doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of doing the right things day in and day out. When you make small changes in your habits, your mindset, and your actions, those small efforts will accumulate into something much larger. You continually improve and improve exponentially, more and more and more. Now, even in the dull times, all this means it's important to clear the calendar and make margin in your calendar. The mistake people often make is thinking that the small things don't matter. They wait for big opportunities, for the big deal, for the huge moment to act. But the truth is, the small things are where the power lies. Whether it's waking up earlier, reading for just 15 minutes a day, taking a few minutes to improve a skill, or just showing up consistently, those small actions will eventually produce a big impact. Every day you take action, you are adding to the momentum that will eventually propel you toward success. Success is built on the foundation of these small actions. It's not about having one big breakthrough. It's about continually doing the right things, no matter how insignificant they may seem. So stop waiting for that big moment. Start with the small actions you can take today, and over time you'll look back and realize how far you've come. The key is consistency. Keep moving forward and the big results will follow. That's the key. Keep moving forward and the big results will follow. Control your environment, because your environment has a profound impact on your success. People often underestimate how much the people they surround themselves with, the places they spend time, and the things they expose themselves to influence their thinking and behavior. If you want to elevate your life, you must take control of the environment you're in. You have to be intentional about where you place yourself, who you spend time with, and what you allow into your mind. The truth is, your environment will either lift you up or hold you back. If you're constantly surrounded by negativity, people who complain, or individuals who aren't motivated to improve, you will start to adopt the same mindset. On the other hand, if you surround yourself with positive, driven individuals who inspire you to be better, your own aspirations will rise to meet theirs. The power of your environment is not just in the physical space, but in the energy it creates and the mindset it fosters. Take a hard look at the people in your life. Are they encouraging your growth, challenging your thinking, and pushing you toward your goals? Or are they holding you back with excuses, negativity, and complacency? It's important to understand that you don't have to accept every relationship just because it's familiar. You have the power to choose who you spend your time with. And when you start associating with people who are ambitious, disciplined, and focused, you'll naturally begin to adopt those same qualities. But it's not just about the people. Your environment also includes the information you consume. What are you reading? What are you listening to? Are you filling your mind with knowledge and ideas that will help you grow, or are you spending your time on distractions? Control what you take in. Your mind is like a garden. If you let weeds grow, they'll overrun the flowers. Make sure you're planting seeds of success, motivation, and wisdom. And let's not forget your physical environment. Are you working in a space that's cluttered, disorganized, and uninspiring? Or do you have a space that's conducive to focus and productivity? A clean, organized, and purposeful environment fosters clarity and creativity. It signals to your brain that you're serious about the work you're doing. Take control of your environment because it has a massive impact on the direction your life will take. You must create an environment that supports your goals, encourages your growth, and challenges you to become the best version of yourself. Your surroundings matter. They shape who you are, what you believe, and what you're capable of. Don't leave it to chance. Be intentional about creating the environment that will help you succeed. Take responsibility for your life, because the moment you do, everything begins to change. Far too many people are waiting for someone else to fix their problems, or they're blaming their circumstances for where they are today. The truth is, your life is in your hands, and you are the only one who can change it. Until you take full responsibility for your actions, your choices, and your results, you will remain a passive participant in your own life. Too often, people look for external reasons for their failures, blaming the economy, their upbringing, their boss, or their lack of opportunity. But success and failure are determined by how you respond to those circumstances, not by the circumstances themselves. Life is going to present challenges, no matter who you are. The key is how you respond to them. If you decide that every setback is someone else's fault, you relinquish the power to change. But when you take full responsibility, you take control. The fact is, you can't control everything that happens to you, but you can control how you respond. You can control how much effort you put in, how much you learn, and how you adapt to challenges. Stop giving away your power by blaming others. If you want your life to change, you must first acknowledge that you are the one who must make that change. No one is coming to save you. You are the solution to your problems, and only you can create the life you want. Taking responsibility means not only owning up to your mistakes, but also recognizing that every decision you make shapes your future. Every choice, every action, every thought leads you closer to or further from your goals. It's easy to blame circumstances when things aren't going well, but it's also easy to take responsibility when you acknowledge that your decisions determine your outcomes. This is where true power lies, taking full ownership of where you are and where you want to go. You may not be able to change the past, but you can control the future. Every day you wake up, you have the chance to change your actions, your habits, and your mindset. If something isn't working, take responsibility for changing it. If your health is suffering, take responsibility and make different choices. If your finances are a mess, take responsibility and educate yourself on how to manage them. If your relationships need improvement, take responsibility for being a better communicator. Taking responsibility is not about guilt or shame. It's about empowerment. It's about recognizing that you have the ability to change your life by changing your choices. When you own your life, you stop being a victim of circumstances and start being the creator of your own destiny. The power to improve, to grow, and to succeed is already within you. All that's left is for you to take full responsibility for it and act accordingly. Success is a series of good choices, made day in and day out. It's not about one big break, one lucky opportunity, or one perfect moment. It's about the countless small decisions you make along the way. Every single day you are faced with choices, and it's these choices that shape your future. The direction of your life is determined not by what happens to you, but by how you respond to what happens, and by the decisions you make in response to those events. By how you respond to what happens, and by the decisions you make in response to those events. The difference between success and failure isn't luck, it's consistency in making the right decisions. Most people fail not because they aren't capable, but because they don't consistently make the choices that lead to growth and improvement. Instead, they get caught up in distractions, they procrastinate, or they choose the easy way out. But successful people, those who achieve greatness, are constantly making decisions that move them closer to their goals. Each good choice, no matter how small it seems, creates momentum. The more good decisions you make, the more natural it becomes to keep making them. Good choices build on each other. For instance, choosing to wake up early every day and invest time in yourself is a choice that compounds over time. Choosing to learn something new every day builds knowledge that leads to greater opportunities. Choosing to surround yourself with motivated, positive people strengthens your mindset and attitude. And all of these choices add up to a successful life. Conversely, bad choices, no matter how small, can also compound. One bad decision doesn't derail everything, but when you make a series of bad choices, you start to drift further away from your goals. Neglecting your health today, putting off that important project, or surrounding yourself with negativity won't have an immediate impact, but over time, they can significantly affect your progress. The key to success is simple. Make the best choice you can every time. Don't wait for perfection or the right circumstances. Just start making better decisions and trust that those decisions will eventually bring you to where you want to go. It's easy to get caught up in the big goals, but the truth is, the path to success is paved with the small, seemingly insignificant choices you make every day. Every moment gives you a new opportunity to choose. And every time you make a good decision, you move one step closer to success. Success doesn't happen overnight, but when you make one good choice after another, you'll find yourself building the kind of life you want. The secret is not to look for one perfect choice, but to focus on making better choices every single day. Your past doesn't define you. Too many people carry the weight of their past mistakes, failures, and missed opportunities, allowing those things to shape their identity and determine their future. But the truth is, your past is just that, the past. It's done, it's over, and it has no power over what you can achieve today or tomorrow. What truly matters is who you choose to be from this moment forward. It doesn't matter where you came from or what you've been through. You are not bound by your past experiences, and you are not the result of your mistakes. Your past may have shaped you, but it does not have to define you. The decisions you make today are the ones that truly define you. The actions you take from now on, the direction you choose to go, are what will ultimately shape the future you create. Far too often, people use their past as an excuse not to move forward. They say, "I've already failed too many times," or "I've been through too much hardship to succeed now." But those are just stories they tell themselves. Everyone has a past, and everyone has faced obstacles. What separates those who succeed from those who stay stuck is the willingness to let go of the past and take control of the present. It's the decision to start fresh, regardless of what came before. The key to moving forward is to shift your focus. Stop dwelling on past failures, regrets, and mistakes. Start focusing on the lessons you've learned, the wisdom you've gained, and the opportunities that lie ahead. Each day is a new chance to redefine who you are and where you're going. Every moment is an opportunity to begin again. Self-care goes hand in hand with self-management. Success doesn't belong to the people who've had perfect pasts. It belongs to those who have the courage to rise above their circumstances, to embrace their potential, and to decide that their past will no longer hold them back. When you stop allowing your past to dictate your present, you free yourself to create a future that reflects the person you choose to become. Remember, your past is just a chapter in your story, not the entire book. You have the power to write the next chapter however you choose. You are not defined by your setbacks. You are defined by your ability to move forward. Learn from your experiences and never give up. Your future is waiting, and it's up to you to step into it. Your past doesn't have to determine where you're going. You do. Setbacks determine. Consistency is key. It's the secret ingredient that separates those who reach their goals from those who fall short. Success isn't about doing something extraordinary once in a while. It's about showing up every single day, doing the small things that matter, and doing them repeatedly over time. Whether it's in your work, your relationships, or your personal growth, consistency is what drives progress and creates lasting results. So, the truth is, success doesn't happen in big bursts. You don't suddenly change your life overnight. Instead, it's built on the consistent actions you take each day, no matter how small they seem. Many people start with enthusiasm, but that enthusiasm fades when the results don't come quickly enough. They lose steam, they get distracted, and they quit. But the successful ones, the ones who accomplish great things, are the ones who stick with it, even when they don't see immediate results. They know that consistency compounds over time. Think about it. If you decide to improve your health and start exercising for 10 minutes a day, that small commitment may not seem like much at first. But if you do it every day for a month, 6 months, a year, you'll start to see significant changes. It's the same with anything, whether it's saving money, developing a skill, or working on your business. The results don't come all at once. They come slowly, steadily, and consistently. The power of consistency is that it builds momentum. When you consistently put in the work day after day, you begin to develop habits that push you toward your goals. You don't have to rely on motivation because consistency makes the process automatic. You know that every action you take is building towards something greater, even when it doesn't seem like it in the moment. The key is to keep moving forward, even when things feel slow or difficult. Most people underestimate the power of small, consistent efforts. They think they need to make big, dramatic changes to see results, but the truth is, it's the little, consistent actions that build a foundation for lasting success. Consistency isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. It's about showing up, doing the work, and trusting that over time, those small actions will lead to the big results you desire. If you want to create lasting success, make consistency your habit. Don't wait for the perfect conditions. Don't expect instant results. Just keep showing up, keep putting in the effort, and keep doing what needs to be done, even when it feels like it's not paying off. It's the compound effect of consistency that will bring you the success you seek. The more you commit to doing the right things day after day, the more progress you'll make, and eventually the results will speak for themselves.